Now that is a workbench with some character. So many projects. Very few filmed and posted on TMP. Don't know why, but yeah, we're using it all the time. Mrs. Nutnfancy uses a shop probably more than I do. These are her woodworking tools. She's a busy little bee down here all the time. We are in the bunker of the missile silo. I've shown it before. Old 2011, I think it was 2011 TMP calendar. Remember that one? This is just the tripod sticking out. Yep, concrete walls, missile silo. Time for some knife work. I'm gonna make this knife even better than it is. I've already done a couple easy mods to it. Benchmade 550HG with the deployment hole. Love it. Love this knife. I like the hold versions of the 550s much better. I said that at my 2009 video. It's like ancient. I got the zip tie mod in it, of course. Makes it waveable from the pocket. The coolest mod I put on it, and I want to tell you guys this in several videos, is a clip modification. I didn't make it. It's made by a dude called Lynch. Check this. Loop over clip. He makes them for Spyderco's, Benchmades, and some other knives, I think. They come in different colorations like titanium. This is black, of course. Really a cool mod. Nicely done clip. This is the main reason I've been connecting with the 550HG. The main reason. Because I didn't like how the normal clip had this much sticking out of the pocket. I said that in my initial review. I mean, it's not horrible, but I like deep carry, man. That's where it's at. So we got the zip tie mod. We've got a deep carry clip. You can get these at Blade HQ. See my links below. And what I'm going to do now, and show you again how to do, is to do my JB Weld handle modification. And here's what's going on. And you may have a knife like this as well. I think the molded in jimping of the 550 sucks. I mean, I'm always having my hand slip. It seems like it's okay. I may have said back in my 09 review that it was okay, but in practice, it's slippery. If we were to compare it against, let's say, oh, I gotta show you this too. This is awesome. This is a Cutlery Shop Special Edition HAP 40 Endura. Look at that. Oh! Link below. Buy them before they sell out. He sells these out. It's like tiger orange. Sick. Yeah, it's my EDC today. HAP 40, that's a good blade steel. And I've always loved the volcano grip on these knives. These Enduras, they're good. I don't have to put any skateboard tape on them. So I'm just bringing this out by way of comparison. So this is a lot better than that. But what I did is, I've done it before, I've talked about it in all my KRVs, is I'll put skateboard tape right here, right? And I'll push it down, I make sure it's alcoholed, and lo and behold, in the heat of summer, it just slides off. Now I've replaced it twice. So it's now it's time to take it to the next level. I mean, we come down to the shop and get it done. Now here's what I was thinking. So we need a smooth platform to put skateboard tape on this. And that's what this mod's going to be about. I really debated about getting my Dremel, right? I have a sanding drum on it right here. And just very carefully come down and smooth this out, following the contours of the inset right here. That would be a lot of work though. That's the first thing I don't like about that method. The second thing is, I'm not sure how smooth I could get it and how it would look. So a lot of sanding, then I'd have to change grits, and I'd probably have to do some hand sanding and smooth it out. And then what I was planning to do is follow the contour of this. There's a way I could cut it out. I'm talking skateboard tape. And basically make a custom skateboard tape insert following this contour after grinding these nubs down. That was one thing I considered. I was like, I could do that. But I think what I want to do is go JB Weld on it. It's going to be an easier mod. And all I really need is a smooth substrate right here as we put on skateboard tape. This one's toast, of course. And that's what we're going to do right now. So I may go fast motion for you guys so it's not ultra boring. No promises. First thing I'm going to do is degrease this. So I just use some brake cleaner. Yep. Let that dry. Now we're going to tape it as I apply that JB Weld. And we're going to apply the JB Weld. It's going to be quick, JB Weld quick, and then we'll let it dry and we'll come back and I'll show you how I sand it. I have posted videos like this before. This isn't the first one. Let's see if this will work. Could go around like this. That's still wet. I did one on a cold steel knife years ago, but what the heck? What the heck? Let's do it again. A lot of new viewers. Some will never watch that older one. But you can use this handle modification for so many different things. I've used it for under the clip with the cold steel. So they have really rough G10. This one's not a problem. I don't think this is too rough, so I'm not going to do it on this side. But on a cold steel, they have rough G10, and it makes it really hard to get out of your pocket. It'll shred your pants. And I've done that mod multiple times. Let's see if this will work. So we're going to press this right here. And what I'm trying to do is just see the outline, and then I'm going to cut it. And then apply the JB Weld. I think this will work though. I am kind of a stickler for my projects. I like high quality stuff. I like to do it right. There are times when, you know, I'll kind of, you know, wing it. Like when I jimp a blade. I'm not too anal retentive about that, depending on the blade. But something like this where I can really control it, it's harder to control this because I didn't do the original grind on the blade. And I still want more traction, so I'll accept imperfection for higher traction. But here, I'm in charge of it. And I can make this a nice job if I just take some time. What I'm doing is setting that tape in so I can see some demarcation lines. I think that's pretty good. There's some, this writing on there kind of gets in the way with that particular painter's tape. Use your Sheffield utility knife. You should have about 20 of these things. Link below. I gave one to a TMPer I met the other day. He's working in a place called Sportsman's Warehouse. We started talking knives. And I had one in my pocket. I was like, here, dude, just take it. And so he took it. I ran into him like a month later. And he goes, dude, that Sheffield knife you gave me is so awesome. I use it all the time. I'm like, I know. I mean, if I have hard cutting to do, if I have this, which I almost always do, this is a knife that does it. Carbide blade. I have a whole utility knife video that may have posted before this one. I'm not sure the sequence of what I'm going to post ever. I love working in the shop. Love doing projects. I don't really have time because of the content flow and all the other obligations I have. When I really retire, I'll probably do a lot more shop projects. Let's see how we're doing here. Oh, I went over that screw there, so I'll have to tape that over. There's something about projects those dudes just like watching, man. I'm the same way. I can watch a dude work, especially if it's interesting, if I'm learning something. I like it. I like learning about different techniques, and a lot of times, man, I'm fascinated by the ingenuity of some dudes I watch. Like on some of the DIY shows, like, holy crap. I never would have thought of doing it that way. You know a show that makes me feel like a Mensa is JDM Legends. It's on Velocity. Those guys are amazing. JDM Legends, what they are, car modifiers of Japanese domestic market cars, like old GTRs, old Nissans. God, their attention to detail is incredible. They're in Utah here too. I could probably drive down the road and say hey to them. I love watching those guys work though. They don't cut corners. They're very particular. Even stuff that's never going to be seen in the car, they're just saying, yeah, we just got to redo this. We just don't like it. That's one thing I like, is just their skill. Their attention to detail and their skill is amazing. Another thing I like is it doesn't have all that stupid drama. All the hate and drama that you see in all the other shows. It seems like all the other shows are always arguing, hating on each other. People not showing up to work. It's just, I don't like watching that. I mean, I just dial that stuff out. Wasn't that show called like Boyd's Hot Rods? It was like that. Everyone's always yelling. He's yelling. Everyone's pissed. They always have these ridiculous time schedules that are totally manufactured, by the way. On those car shows, they're like, yeah, we got to give this some drama. Well, let's pretend that it has to be done in 2 weeks. JDM Legends doesn't play that game either, dudes. They don't. They just go, yeah, week 5, week 6. They just show it in real time. I like that. It's just, hey, man, a good car, building it takes time. There's other cars being built. You know, we're not going to pretend that we have to get it built or the whole world's going to end. Some of those shows are so stupid. Alright. That's good enough. Okay, we're going to mix it up. Here comes JB Weld right here. Oh, what do you know? Got some left over from another project. This stuff is really hard to get out when it gets to the end of the tube, so I'll roll this out. That worked good. Sure you can see that. Now, when you apply this, try not to put too much on it. You do want just enough because it's going to lead to more sanding. Even though I'm saying that, I always put too much on, it seems like. So what we're going to do is fill in the texturing on the side of the 550. We're going to use like a wooden paddle to do it. Let it dry, and then we come back and sand it. It'd be a cool mod. Dude, I ought to coat this while I'm at it. What do you guys think? Colorize it? Do I want to go to that much work? Not really. I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't. That's a pain. That means I have to mix up a bunch of Cerakote, cure it, put a little more hardener there. This stuff is awesome. I use the Quick all the time. I like it better. It sets up within like, well, it starts hardening within 5 minutes. Make sure there's nothing on here. It should be light gray when you're done with it. I bet you I'm going to need more. You kind of commit when you do this, right? So you're going to slap this on your Benchmade. It ain't no taking it off. Once it's on, it's on. Whatever. I don't care. It'll be all right. Yeah, I was going to add a little bit of more hardener on it, but I think it's okay. You can do 2 coats. I've done that before. So see how I'm applying it, and then you kind of see the diamond pattern still emerging from the JB Weld. You can do that. I'm going to need more, though. I can tell right now. It's pretty close though, dudes. Again, all I'm really trying to do on this side of the handle is get a smooth substrate for my skateboard tape. I don't know, man. That's looking pretty good, dudes. What do you think? Yeah, let's just let that dry right there. Right up in there. So that's maybe the only application I'll do. As it dries, it should kind of smooth itself out a little bit, and again we're going to sand it too. That might be enough. We'll see. I'm gonna let it dry. If we need to put another coat on, we will. Popcorn break time for y'all right now. We'll come right back once it's dry. Alright, it is the next day. I let this dry thoroughly, which you want to do before you peel off the tape or attempt to sand it. This JB Weld. And I was thinking maybe I'm not going to sand it because I like that shiny surface. Look at this, where the diamond patterning is just coming through. And the skateboard tape will adhere to that. So I'm really thinking, is it worth all the work to sand it, paint it? I'm not sure. What I may do is try to peel this tape up and see how clean the lines break on this. I'd really like to score it with a utility knife, but I can't do that because I can't see underneath it. Let's just peel this up and take a look and see what it does. Right here. That's on there, dudes. Man, I love those clips, by the way. The Lynch clips are so excellent. They're not exactly cheap, these clips, but I like them, man. It's a reliable source for clippage. You know, through the years, there have been small manufacturers supply clips to Spyderco's and Benchmade on eBay, but every time I go looking for them, they're gone, or they're the wrong color, or I don't think the price is right for the quality of the piece. And these ones, it's worth the price. Titanium clips, they are awesome. Let's see how this looks. By the way, I buy these. They're not given to me, in case you're wondering. So much TPA online, you never know, right? It's everywhere. My wife is watching Instagram. She watches all these posts from these ladies. And I was asking her, I was like, well, how do those guys make their money? She goes, oh, they promote products. I was like, okay, so products are given to them, right? And she's like, yeah. I was like, and then they get a cut for when more products sell? Yeah. I'm like, okay, that's third-party advertising. First party is a customer, second party is a manufacturer, third party is a reviewer on the take, says me. All right, so, by the way, I don't get any cut when these clips sell. Nope, I just promote it because I like them. I'm not a TPA guy. You guys know this. Let's see how this one works. Ooh, oh, that turned out pretty good. Not too bad. I don't want this thing to look Bush League, but I don't know. We're just kind of working it through. We'll see, we'll see. I might be able to just use my utility knife and taper that. I need a different blade. So where's my Cadet with its pin blade? Huh, right here. Always in my pocket. That's tape right there. Sometimes a pin blade is just the ticket, man. Just the ticket. There we go. I love JB Weld, man. I always have it in my systems. Always. Motorcycle repair, boat systems, home systems. See, I don't want to scratch the handle as I attempt to take this off. I just want to get the tape off and take a look-see. Yeah, I don't know if I like the looks of that right there. It just looks kind of Bush League. And just because it's raised. Dang it. I probably should have left the tape on and sanded it. But there's really no way to know what it's going to look like until you take the tape off. This is a user knife, so it's not a collectible for me at all. I just want first cool with this all along. Dang it, man. I was really hoping that those lines weren't as pronounced, but they're pretty high up. God, the things I waste my time on. Amazing. You ever do a project and you spend so much time on it and then it doesn't turn out and you go, gosh, I just spent so much time on that. I do that. I'm not saying this one's this way, but there's a motorcycle project I'm doing. I'm thinking whether it's worth it. The KTM 500, by the way, did not sell. Unbelievable. I cannot believe it didn't sell. So I'm going to haul it up to Oregon to my buddy's house. We're going to do some TMP riding with it. I'm thinking about making a rear aluminum gear plate like I did on the 690 for it. But I'm thinking, wow, this is going to be single tracking up there. I don't know if that's going to get in the way. It's going to add weight. Is it worth all the time? I got to run and go get a specific aluminum thickness for it if I do the project. Anyways, like that type of project. Yeah, I don't like how that looks. Do you guys? No, it looks swap meat. So I got to retape it and then we're going to sand it. That's what I'm going to do. It looks like crap. Now I'm taping it so I don't have the handle getting worn by the sandpaper. Mostly, if it happens a little bit, I don't really care. What you can do if you screw up your handle, like you sand your handle, just degrease it like I showed you, and then just paint it along with the JB Weld. So I'll be doing probably a satin black with this. That's the game plan. For now, everything's subject to change. Oh crap, I got this screw right here I gotta go around. I think I can do that. I'm just thinking if I want to sand that screw or not. I don't really care that much, really. Again, this is kind of a user knife. Yeah, but Nutnfancy didn't like how it looked. I didn't. I mean, I want, again, like I said at the outset, I want a job well done. I want it to be lame. Sorry for the lighting. It's kind of like morning right now, so it's coming through a particular window, is what it is. Light filtering into the missile silo. This tape is pretty good. I like this stuff. Scotch blue. It's painter's tape, but it's adhering nice. I mean, it's some of the painter's tape doesn't have adhesion to it. This stuff is pretty good. Alright, so that's good enough right here. So what we're just doing is protecting the handle again for sanding. Where did my sander go? I gotta change out my grits on my sander. I've got a really coarse grit on it right now. Always got projects in the works. Let's see, I will do, always organized. So I have this pre-torn in baggies. I'm gonna do 100 grit and see if that will get it done. I finally got smart with my sandpaper bin and got real with it because I got tired of fooling around with it. Did this and just put everything in baggies, pre-cut stuff, organize it according to folders. 20. That should work. Being organized is so helpful in everything in life. Especially with TMP, I have so much gear, so many different classifications of gear. I mean, knives, guns, magazines, optics, multi-tools, tools to support all the vehicles used in TMP. Dude, it's a lot. Alright, see how this works. Tape didn't help much. Whatever. Do the best you can. Now if it's custom, of course, we would spend all kinds of time getting it just right. 20 grit. So it's looking like so far. Let me throw my Huh, Ace Beam M10 on it. What? Ooh, that's better. I should just hold that one around. I don't have my S20 with me. Which is better because I can put it on my cap. I'm not going to go with a finer grit than this. This will be good. Again, I don't want to spend all day on this. Use your knife. It'll look good enough, trust me. It will look good enough. Time for painting, dude. That's smooth. That is smooth. I like it. I will tape it. So we're going to extend the blade. There's some rust on there, by the way. I think that's rust right there. 154. Not Crucible 154, but standard 154. I've talked about it. I said, hey, it'll rust on you. Look at that. I'm in a dry climate too, dudes. So, not taking it apart. Not gonna do it. I think your knife looks cool when it gets rusted. To a point. Dang, I wish this had a clip reversed. I mean, I don't like that. I love this Ace Beam M10, but I can't clip it to my hat, so I'm holding it with my mouth. That's why I'm mumbling. Let me get a different headlamp. Yeah, I got some more around. Nutnfancy, you should do more project videos. We like this. Yeah, I should. Honestly, I haven't because, well, I don't have shop partners to help me anymore, and it's fun when they're around, and I think they're boring. That's why I haven't done it. I'm just leveling with you guys. So I'm like, this is probably a boring video. So if it gets like 50,000 views or more, then that tells me you don't care. You like the shop videos, and I'll do more. But if it flatlines for views, which it often does, then maybe not so much. I'm going to paint that whole handle side. That's what I'm doing. Painting the whole thing. Now, if you get any overspray on metal, you can take that off with, well, a variety of ways. Paint thinner. You can take it off with a brass brush. Like a small one, little shop brush. Now for that, I think I'm just going to spray it. I don't want to tape it all up. It's not worth it. I'm spraying it. I'm going to put my own theory to the test because I'm not masking that button. I'm just going to spray it. Yep, just spraying it. Now, a little bit of brake cleaner. Not going to spray direct. Just do it on a blue shop towel. Do a wipe down. Oh, that handle's looking pretty good, actually. It's not bad. Make sure I got all the overspray areas covered. Get a little nail for this right here. Krylon. Always date my paints so I know how old they are. Multiple coats. Surprising. I'm kind of able to paint around that button a little bit. Alright, there's coat one. I'm going to let it sit. Hopefully the lighting will get a little bit better, but this is what it looks like now, guys. Benchmade 550 HG modifications.
Outside now. Sun helps dry it, better lighting. So much for that axis lock. Gonna be black from now on. There we go. A little bit thicker through there on purpose to flow the paint just a little bit. Now let the sun dry it, and I think that will be sufficient for the paint. Next up, skateboard tape.
Here it is dried in from the sunshine. Looks pretty good, I think. Yep, JB Weld mod 550 HG. And now for the skateboard tape application. I'm not going to follow these lines right here. There's really no need to. I'm just going to put a rectangular section of skateboard tape right along there. And now we've got that nice smooth surface to attach it to so it won't come unglued all the time. I think it'll work. Zoom in a little bit for y'all right here. So a couple ways to cut this. You can use your scissors. I use what are basically sandpaper scissors. I cut sandpaper with them. Look, these are from 93. Is that what I dated those? 95? Ancient. But once you cut sandpaper with them, you can cut this stuff with it as well. But for the initial straight cut, I'm going to use some handy cuts from Sears. It's a Craftsman tool I bought in the 90s as well. Ancient. I know. Let's see, right about here. Technical measuring in progress. Technical. Yep. And around these corners with my skizzers now. Just a little bit. Around this one a little bit more because it's going to go near that screw inlet. I'll do a little shaping.
In order to clean that blade up and get that rust off it, I think it's rust.
Now, I think Benchmade should make this modification unnecessary by better traction on their handles. Yeah, I think I have reviewed that in my KRVs on these Benchmade knives. Get it right, guys. I mean, a user shouldn't have to go to this length to get good traction on the extraction side. So to wave it from the pocket with a zip tie, you need good traction. And so again, with this stuff, I'm just slipping all over the place. Again, with a Spyderco knife like this one, Volcano Grip, we don't have that problem. That's a good thumbnail right there, dudes. That's going to be the thumbnail for the video. Boop! Done. Okay, love this knife though. Cutlery Shop. Orange Tiger Endura Hap 40. Oh, that looks great, man. Look at that. That is on. What do you guys think? For a user knife, not too bad. Now let's take that rust off super quick. Taking care not to cut myself. Right here. May or may not come off. We'll try it. Oh yeah, that's looking better. Better. So I use just WD-40 on that steel wool to get that off. I use WD all the time as a lubricant, as a cleaner. I use it to take grease off the motorcycles. Sometimes I'll use it even to clean a gun. What? Works great. Then I'll finish it off with rim oil or Slip 2000 or Militech, something like that. There you go, dudes. Modifications complete on my Benchmade 550 HG. JB Weld handle mod. So that skateboard tape, once again, will stick on and stay on. I think it will now. Wasn't too hard to do, right? Got a zip tie there for waving. I got that beautiful Lynch loop over pocket clip, worth the cost. It transforms this knife for me. And then I did some dremeling on the jimping earlier. Took the rust off. Sick, sick knife. Thanks for joining me.